Number 1. İsmail Demirci and Hande Soral. For İsmail and Hande, everything started from Bodrum. By chance, both of them were spending their holidays in Bodrum at the same time. And when they saw each other, their eyes were locked for a long time, after which İsmail approaches Hande under the pretext of a lighter and asks, "Do you have a lighter?" To which she replies, "You know, asking for a lighter is really a bad trick." So İsmail takes 2 lighters out of his pocket and says, "I couldn't think of another trick to start a conversation with you." But this was not the end of the story, because a week later, fate made them meet again in Alaçatı. On the last day of İsmail's trip to Alaçatı, Hande also goes to that city and to the same hotel as İsmail's residence. But İsmail, who intends to leave Alaçatı, changed his mind and went back to his hotel due to a 5-hour flight delay. And this time, the couple returned from this vacation together. And finally, after about 2.5 years of romantic relationship, the couple got married in 2017. Number 2. Mustafa Sandal and Emine Yahović. Famous singer Mustafa Sandal believes that no one can seek love, but love itself finds its way to people. And this is what really happened to Mustafa and his ex-wife. This singer couple met for the first time in Bodrum, and Mustafa, who was looking for a place to anchor his yacht, caught sight of Emine and could not take his eyes off her. And this is how the couple went out for dinner together that night and got married soon after. But after 10 years of marriage and living together, they separated in 2018. Number 3. Engin Altan Duzyatan and Neslihan Atagül. This couple met at a party for the first time and started chatting. But Engin, with his cold demeanor, caught the eyes of Neslihan so much that Neslihan told her friend, "I bet you I will marry this man in the future." So that's why they met again a month later, and after that, they started exchanging messages. And 2 months later, Neslihan made Engin fell head over heels in love with her. And eventually in 2014, as Neslihan had told her friend, this couple got married. Number 4. Neslihan Atagül and Kadir Dogulu. Neslihan and Kadir met each other behind the scenes of the series Fatih Harbiye for the first time, and Kadir fell in love with Neslihan right there and right then. Of course, Kadir's marriage proposal to Neslihan also has an interesting story. Kadir invites all their loved ones to his house and hides them in the garden, and invites Neslihan, who is unaware of the surprise, to his house. When Neslihan enters the house, she finds some notes which lead her to the garden. Neslihan is surprised to see their loved ones in the garden, but the main surprise comes at the moment when Kadir asks her to marry him. And now, it's been years that the couple are so in love and together. Number 5. Anil Altan and Pelin Akil. This actor couple, who are also very funny, co-starred in a TV series many years ago, but their feelings for each other started long after that. They weren't in contact with each other for a while until they saw each other's funny videos on social media. Anil says, "That was when I realized how funny Pelin was and how close and similar our sense of humors were. And that was the spark to start the couple's love." Anil and Pelin got married in 2019, and now they have very cute and beautiful twin girls. Number 6. Asena Tuval and Şahin Irmak. Şahin Irmak sees Asena on TV for the first time, and about the feeling of that moment, he says, "She looked very beautiful and energetic. I immediately told myself that I wish this girl and I could be together." That's actually what happened. because a little later they met through their mutual friends and got married in 2018. Number 7. Belçim Bilgin and Yılmaz Erdoğan. Belçim, who is 15 years younger than Yılmaz, was introduced to Yılmaz through a friend to get advice about acting from him. But Yılmaz got very impressed about Belçim, and right there and then, in the middle of his advice, he tells her, "I will marry you." Belçim didn't take these words seriously at that moment, but much later, Yılmaz really proposed to her and showed that he had not forgotten his words. The couple got married in 2006, but unfortunately separated in 2018. Number 8. Burcu Biricik and Emre Yetkin. Burcu and Emre saw each other on the set of Düşman Kardeşler for the first time. Emre was a friend of Burcu's then partner, so he'd go to the sets from time to time. But nothing was exchanged between the two except for some hellos, since they were both in relationships with other people. Until 2 years later, when Emre heard that Burcu had come out of a relationship, and since Emre himself wasn't in a relationship with anyone at the time, he fixed a date with Burcu, and that's how their love began that night, and eventually ended in marriage in 2016. Number 9. Şevval Sam and Metin Tekin. When Şevval was 14 years old, she was a hardcore fan of Beşiktaş football team. So she was selected by her school to conduct an interview with Metin Tekin, the famous player of the team. In the middle of the interview, Şevval asks Metin if he thinks about marriage, to which Metin gives a negative answer. Sometime later, Şevval invites him to dinner, but Metin says we will do so when you're a grown-up. A few years later, the couple meet again. This time, they start a serious, committed relationship which ends in marriage in 1993. But despite having a son, they decide to separate in 1999. What do you think about this video? What other actors and actresses do you know who have an interesting story of how they first met? Write their names for us, and do not forget to subscribe to the Turkish Lens channel, and as always, support us with your likes and comments.